Hello and welcome. My name is Karishma Patel, and I'm your host for the It's Not Selfish podcast. I just want to say thank you so much for being here, and thank you for tuning in. Today I have a really special guest, so let's get into it. Today I have with me Zarin. How do I pronounce your last name?
That was perfect. Alum.
Alum.
Is the last name.
Zarin Alum. I was supposed to ask her this, but I totally forgot before I started.
Well, in Bengali, it's Alum, but you know.
That's right. I was going to say Alum, but I was like, I don't want to
Let's stick to that. I'll reclaim my name and say it's Alum. Yeah.
Zarin Alum.
Sure.
No.
Alum.
Alum.
Yeah.
You confused me right
Sorry.
there. Zarin Alum.
Yeah.
Welcome to the It's Not Selfish podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. So tell us about yourself. What do you do? And how are you in Austin?
Yeah, so right now I'm working at an ad tech agency. So I am a data integrations manager. I'm basically like, it's not glamorous, but I'm the bridge between the engineering team and our client team. So my company, they basically just do digital advertising for different pharma brands.
Well, amazing. Well, I saw that you got promoted. So
I did,
it is glamorous, and you're doing amazing.
Thank you.
And what brought you to Austin?
So I actually moved here for school in 2013. I'm actually from South Texas, McAllen, Texas, the Valley, that area. I grew up there since I was like 11 years old, and then got into UT. I got into the McCombs school, so I was like, okay, this is my number one choice. I'm definitely, going to pursue my, higher education here. And then in 2013, I moved to Austin and never left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something, not the school part, but I came to Austin and never left as
Yeah.
well. My husband went to UT as well. I'm surprised you guys, I asked him if he knew you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But
I actually do remember your husband at UT because I was like,
the frat boy life.
yeah, well, I wasn't in a sorority. I was pledging to like be in like a VC sorority. Ended up not working out. Just like, I don't know, vibes for me were different. I just want to do my own thing. Yeah. But I do remember him like, I wasn't really close or anything, but like whenever we would like go and like pledge stuff, I do remember like seeing him, but we weren't close or anything.
Yeah, I don't even want to see that side of him, to be honest.
He was a good boy from what I remember, so don't worry.
Even if he wasn't, not my problem.
Yeah.
I have a different version of him now.
That's
Thank
fair.
God.
That's fair. Keep that.
No, I never wanted to be in a sorority either. I don't know why. I even looked at like sororities, but I was like, nah, this isn't the vibe. But then I was on a Bollywood dance team, so I feel like that was like a mix of being in a frat, fraternity. Some people don't like it when you say frat.
Okay.
And sorority. So I feel like just 2 years, but I never stayed at school, so I stayed at home.
Okay. Fair. Yeah, I just ended up. I mean, I was just looking for like a group of like friends to like just go through college with, but I ended up meeting my husband there, and then it just. All of his friends became my friends, and I just had that kind of core group throughout college. Yeah.
So we'll go back to the husband in a bit, but how did you, well, first let's talk about how I met you. I met you at an event.
Yes.
And we just clicked instantly.
No,
I was like,
actually.
oh my God, this is going to be a really good friend in my life.
And I remember like we were talking on Instagram for a while and just like vibing. I'm like, your energy is like addicting, and you just like give out positive vibes. And it's not, it is a rare thing because, I've had different like, friendships online, but it never like kind of, when you meet them in person, it's not like, exactly the same. It's a little awkward. It's always a little awkward at first. But with you, I think, we met, and then we went to Anthem after to grab a bite, and we kind of opened up, and just
that was
clicked from
awesome.
there. It was.
I know.
I was literally thinking about on the drive here. Like,
I know. I was like, why haven't we hung out since then? But you've been traveling, I've been traveling, and then now life is calm. And now that I know you and your husband pickleball, I told Shay about it. And I said, Shay, I found a couple.
we are like, I'm so surprised. Like Fahad, my husband, he, like usually when I want to like do something active, he's like, oh, I'll go to the gym, I'll do my thing. But this is like one hobby we have where like we're both really into it, and we like
Same.
seek out like really cool spots. And yeah, it's like it's a good way to like stay active and like bond also, like, you know,
Yeah.
it's like you're spending time with this one other person.
Yeah,
so.
and also getting super competitive, and
Oh,
then the
yeah.
rage kicks in.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
that
"Oh my
does
God,
happen. That
stop
does
it.
happen.
Stop trying to do this.
Exactly.
You're like hitting it harder. That's me.
You know, I'm like, so he's like good at like, he's so tall, he like spikes the ball.
Yeah.
I don't know the proper terminology in pickleball, but I'm good at like aiming on like the
Yeah.
corners and, you know, getting those like strategic places.
Shay's like a bird. Like he'll just like okay, I gotta explain.
Okay.
Like he'll just go from one end to the other end so seamlessly,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, how are you doing that? So, and I'm just like, running
super
around
fast, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like running around like a dog. And
Yeah.
he does it on purpose.
Oh, I mean, that's how
Like,
they get you. That's how they
I
gotta
hate
win.
I hate singles. I hate playing singles.
Yeah, it's definitely tough.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
So how did you get started on social media? Because that's initially why we met.
Yeah.
For that
So, when I first moved to Austin, it was actually like literally me meeting my now husband. I was dating him at that point, and you know, I came from a smaller town in South Texas, in McAllen. It's like it's growing, but when I moved out, it was smaller. You know, not as many like restaurants,
Yeah.
and I also like I just wasn't like aware of like this whole like foodie community that was like you know, just
huge.
everywhere. Yeah. And so I just started literally like he took me on these nice dinners and obviously trying to woo me, and then I started, you know, posting these pics. It was something new for me, like something exciting. So, you know, I haven't like before that I hadn't gone to like really like fancy restaurants or any fancy dinners. And so I was like, okay, well, I want my friends back home to see this. And so started literally posting random photos of food here and there. And it didn't really start like to kick off until I was in my master's program, because I wasn't working. I had a job before I started my master's. So I wasn't working. I was just doing school, and I had, you know, a lot more free time. And that's when I kind of like went all in for it. So during like the summer of 2019 is when I was like taking it a little more seriously, and you know, I had a pretty good community growing, good following. Yeah.
That's awesome. And you had your first viral video, right?
I just recently.
Yeah.
Yes. It was
Because of that, I went to the place.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I took my cousins and I
Okay.
went to go check out the place.
what did you try?
I tried chatpati.
Okay,
Well, I
yeah.
already had that one before.
Yeah.
But the egg lari, my husband
Okay.
really wanted to try that. And then the rest, like, it was just too big of a line. So
Yeah.
but I like the area a lot.
It's like I haven't seen a food truck park like that before.
It was so cute.
There's so many options. There's like shaded seating, especially
And everyone's
when it
hanging
gets
out,
hot.
music's going on.
Yeah, it was
like-
really and I was like, okay, well, my family's food truck or my in-laws food truck is also in that park. It's
Oh,
called
what?
Kababq, so shout out Kababq.
You should have told me. I would have went.
Yeah, well, it's still there,
Yeah.
and they're also opening a new restaurant
Okay.
called Tandoori. So
good for them.
yeah, they're killing it. But I mainly went there to like see their new food truck spot. They're new there in that specific food truck park. So I was like, okay, well, other people should definitely like know about this place. And I think what really like resonated like with that specific video was that like every single truck there is family owned. They're local businesses. And I was like, okay, well, whenever I do create food related content, I'd like to like kind of focus more towards these family owned businesses. You know, people who really need that, you know, extra like advertisement or marketing.
Yeah, because they can't afford to just go buy a bunch of
Yeah.
thousands of dollars of marketing.
Exactly. So like anytime like a business reaches out to me and like invites me, hey, try our food, could you promote our food? I'm like I'll put my whole
Same.
whole thing into it.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
No, so how did it feel to have that go viral? That first
it was-
video going viral is
Yeah.
always an insane feeling.
Yeah, it was great. I was kind of shocked because there's videos that you'll make where you put so much time into it and
It doesn't hit.
it doesn't hit. And then, just out of nowhere, something I just put together in like 20-ish minutes, it like just went crazy. And I actually I was kind of like feeling disheartened, you know? I'm like putting out all these like videos, and sure, it gets like some saves and some shares. And then I was listening to Emma Chamberlain and on Call Her Daddy, and she said something that was like,
Love that
you know,
podcast.
yeah, oh my God, love. But she said something that resonated with me, and she said, you know, even if you are putting out, you know, content and only like 2 or 3 people are like saving it or sharing it, you're still impacting them in some way. Like
Yes.
you may have, you know, made their like date night plans, or, you know, you may have like dinner plans for a family that's like set just because they got exposed to your video.
Yep.
So I was thinking about that in that kind of mindset, and I feel
And
like
you
more
just helped
motivated.
a restaurant reach
Yeah,
more people.
Exactly. Even if, you know, it doesn't matter the scale for me, it's just like if I'm able to like resonate with people or like help a business, you know, even gain like 1 to 2 more people, it's still something. So
I love that.
yeah, I'm not too in my head about it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's something I get asked all the time. And I say the same thing. For me, it's if I make one person smile, I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
That's all you can do. And if I get in my head about it, it's then I'm robbing myself of being authentic and putting myself out there. So I rather just live by, did I make someone happy? That's fine.
Yeah.
If I didn't, I still made myself happy.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you do it for yourself, and everything else is just like pluses.
Yeah, for sure. 100% agree.
And I love that.
Yeah.
So from that video, did you get more traction?
Yeah, actually, like so many new opportunities like came in, and like I think so Fahad's been super supportive through like the entire process of me like trying to like do content creating.
We love a supportive husband.
He's incredible. He bought me like a ring light to do makeup videos one time.
I saw that.
Yeah, I'm like, you know, he's great. But like I think after seeing how like the performance of that one viral video went, like he's like, okay, I'm gonna take this picture here. He's like coaching me on angles. I'm like, okay, this is like he went into like freaking hard gear, like
manager status
straight up. I'm like, okay, thank you. Like you're making this easier for me. But yeah, we had after that, you know, video went viral, I've had some more opportunities come in, opportunities that were a lot different than what I was used to before. Like they're kind of like, I don't know, like bigger restaurants, fancier restaurants. So I'm like, okay, wow, this is really, really nice.
Yeah.
But I just always want to like come back to, you know, content creating. I do want to focus more on like local businesses.
Yeah, and as you should, but also don't rob yourself from like a little bit of extra cash.
Yeah, yeah. Well, right now, like, I don't know if I should say this, but yeah, it's not for cash. It's like usually like a free meal for.
I mean, it's still.
Yeah, it's still something. And like, there was
a nice ass dinner.
Yeah, like I think it was 2 weeks ago. I had like 3 different like food collabs going on, and we didn't need to like buy dinner or make dinner all week, and it's like rewarding, at least rewarding for me and my husband, because we just like, yeah, it's like a date night every week.
Same. I love when I get invited to a restaurant and I don't have to pay, and also there's no like you have to post a story. It's more like, if you like it, please share.
Yeah.
If you don't, it's all good.
Exactly.
Just don't tell anyone.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair.
But I'm always honest with my reviews.
Yeah. Same here.
I'm also not a food blogger, but I'm like,
still,
can I become one?
Yeah. I mean, I can see if you love food, anybody can do it. The thing with like, if I don't like a place and if it is a local business, I'd never want to say anything negative, because
I just post it and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give it another try.
Yeah.
Maybe they're having an off day.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll highlight other things. Like I know that they reached out to me for a reason. They're wanting some more traffic in their restaurant, and so you know, like I don't want to do anything to hurt that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Let's not hurt them. They're like working extra hard.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
I can't either. Yeah. I don't know what I would not be a good food truck person. I'd probably eat everything before I give it to it.
That's fair. Yeah, no,
oh, you want this? Oh.
Fair.
But yeah, fuck, I lost my train of thought because we were talking about food and now I'm thinking about food.
Yeah. I'm so fucking hungry. Like I should have eaten more before this.
Me too. I had an avocado toast and some Quest chips. That's it.
Oh no, you need more than that.
Yeah. I mean, after this, I'll go eat more.
Yeah.
Or we can go eat somewhere.
Yeah. I'm down.
But yeah, you said your husband supports you in this. Did he ever have, like, first, a lot of people don't have supportive spouses or partners or friends.
Yeah.
So how was he like okay with it?
Yeah. Well, okay. At first when I started it, it was mainly just like pictures of the food itself.
Yeah.
And then, you know, at some point I was like, okay, well, I want to be in these videos. And obviously, as an Instagram husband, you need a little training.
Yes.
So he wasn't so open to like you know, like taking videos of me and all these angles. He's like, I just want to eat this food. Like, let's
Come on.
come on. Like,
Yeah.
okay, like we're here for a reason, yes, but like I'm trying to eat. But you know, as time went on and as, you know, he saw my passion for it growing, obviously, like throughout that whole like journey of becoming like a food content creator, like he's definitely like, you know, made reservations on my behalf. Like if there's a new restaurant, he'll be like, hey, I booked X, Y, and Z this week.
That's
We'll go
so
there. And he doesn't complain about taking pictures anymore. You know, I trained him well.
I love that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's another thing. What advice would you give someone who's in this space or like wants to be in this space and doesn't know how to get their partner or spouse on board?
Yeah. Well, it's tough. I'm trying to think of like what if there was like a turning point for him, but really like if you are passionate about something and you keep at it and your spouse is like reluctant to it, that you know, you should, I wouldn't say it's a red, maybe it is a red flag.
It's a huge red flag.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say that's a red flag.
It is kind of a red flag. Like if you're passionate about something and your spouse or like whoever your best friend is like really
trying to turn you down.
that's not
That
the
ain't
way
the
to
one.
go.
Also, that's not your friend.
No, that's not your friend. Like that's
That person does not want to see you shine.
For
That's
sure.
For sure.
So yeah, no, like he saw that I was, you know, putting so much effort into this, and you know, it was like a big part of like me outside of work, like something I was passionate about. And so it just was natural, you know. I was like, you know, this is what I'm doing, and he saw that, and here we are. He's like now just like a #1 photographer.
I need Shay to go to him for some tips because he is so bad.
Really?
My photos still 6
No.
years into this with
Oh
him.
God.
I've been on the gram for a while. But
Yeah.
he's in my life on the gram for 6 years, and he still will just be like, okay. I'm like, dude, no. I
Yeah.
need more passion.
Yeah.
I need more love in this. Like,
Fair.
you're not giving me what I need.
You know what I've also done? Every time like I'm on TikTok and there's like, hey, there's like a video on like tell your like photographer to take all these angles, I will literally just like shoot them one after another to Fahad, be like, hey, next time, you know, this is the angle, or like if you're looking at a food video, this is how I want to do it. And he's so receptive. He's just like, okay, cool, I got it.
What a sweet guy. Because
He's
I
great.
sent it to Shay and he's like, oh, I've
That's
been too
nice.
busy. I haven't gotten to it. And I'm like, dude, this is so important.
Yeah. Do y'all like send each other TikTok videos? Like, do you have, like,
Lots of he's an Instagrammer.
Oh, okay.
Like,
A Reels
he sends
boy.
me a lot of reels.
Okay.
And I'm trying to send him TikToks.
Okay.
But, so it's not working out there.
Yeah. I would say that's the opposite. Fahad sends me more like TikToks. Like I'll open up my TikTok app and there'd be like 20 new videos. I'm like overwhelmed. I can't watch all these. But yeah, I'll like send him. We'll do reels too, but mostly on TikTok.
Do you post on TikTok?
Not as much as
Okay,
I
you
should.
need to start posting.
I get so overwhelmed. It's like
I know.
working full time and then like finding the balance between creating content is so hard, and I have to want it.
That next.
Yeah, I have to want it. I get tired.
Well, you know what I do for TikTok? I like schedule myself like, okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You don't have to post every day.
Yeah.
It's like every other day or like 2 times a week, so you're not like so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Or it's not stressful. So maybe that could help.
I know. I think the next step is to like just set aside time, like you said. It's just like working, and then I don't want to think about anything.
I know.
After work, I go on a walk or go work out. I come home, I just want to eat and like watch TV.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm like, I definitely like want to grow my TikTok presence for sure. Just need to set aside that time. It's just I'm so used to one like platform.
Well,
like
trust
I
me,
need to
I
like
understand.
learn more. Once I like Reels was overwhelming to me
And then you
too
did
at
get on
first.
YouTube Shorts.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's not even like in my realm of thought right now. Like that whole YouTube Shorts thing. Have you made any?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I put a lot of the. So I saw this video that a guy said that whatever does the best on TikTok and Instagram, just repost those on the shorts.
Okay.
They are most likely to do well.
Okay.
So just do that. You don't have to post everything.
All
Just
right.
the ones that do really well.
I'm learning so much from you. This is great.
I learned so much from Brock Johnson. I think that's his name, Brock Johnson, on
Okay.
Instagram. He's like an Instagram coach.
Okay.
And he gives a lot of tips for free, and I appreciate that so much because I don't got more money to spend.
Yeah,
on this.
fair. Yeah, Brock Johnson. You have to send me that.
Yeah, I
after.
will.
Yeah.
He's amazing, and whoever's listening, this is not sponsored. I wish it was, but Brock Johnson is a great Instagram coach, and he'll help you out even on TikTok and YouTube.
Okay.
He has advice about everything.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'll definitely get into it.
Yes. So, well, yeah, my husband, in the beginning, from the beginning, he's never had anything to say about my Instagram. He always got fascinated by this. He was like,
Okay.
"Oh, this is so cool. I've
Yeah.
never seen anyone do something like this." And I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
So it's always been like that.
A good thing.
Because I get asked all the time, "Does your husband care that you're posting this?" And I'm like, "No,
No.
I'm not posting it to like do a thirst trap for someone or something. Like,
Yeah.
this is just me in my gym clothes.
Yeah.
Like,
But
I'm proud of my body, you
Exactly.
know?
He doesn't care at all. Like literally, like I'm free to do what I
Yeah.
please, post what I please, and he has never had any sort of like take that down or
Yeah.
anything. That would be insane.
oh my God, yeah. I've had girls tell me that their spouse will say, take that down.
No.
It's not okay. And I'm like, girl, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Because that person is not secure with themselves.
Yeah, that's fair.
And they need to work on that.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with what you did.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
And that's unfortunate, and that whoever is in that situation needs to maybe surround themselves with more supportive people.
And keep some boundaries there.
Yeah.
And be like, really ask yourself, do you need that
Yeah.
in your life? Because that ain't it.
Exactly. I agree.
So how'd you meet your husband?
Oh, how did I meet my husband?
You said
Okay.
at UT, but how? I
Yeah.
love meet cutes. Like,
Okay.
they're my favorite.
So he has his own version, but I'm here today and I'm gonna tell my version. But basically,
He's gonna come back on the pod and be like, no, I'm gonna be here
yeah.
to tell my version now.
Yeah. Okay, so as I said, I moved to Austin in 2013, and at UT, like Twitter was like a big thing back in the day. I don't really
yeah.
go on that as much anymore. It's like kind of crazy, but so whenever like a new class starts at UT, on Twitter there's something called a UT follow train. So you would tweet something and be like, hey, I'm starting, on I'm the class of 2017. You would do hashtag, UT17, and then if you were graduating in 2016, you would say hashtag, UT16.
Yeah.
So I posted whatever, I tweeted something and I had that hashtag, and so you would just follow other people in your class. And so he was in a class above me and followed me, and I was like, okay, this guy's kind of cute. And so we followed each other. He had a girlfriend at the time, but I was like, okay, cool, like that's fine.
Yeah.
Like we can be friends or whatever. And yeah, we were just like Twitter friends at first, and then after, like, he was like single after a while, and I didn't know this. I was obviously like, I was just like, okay, you're taken, you're fine, I don't really care.
Yeah.
But he like reached out because I tweeted about a class, like a government class workbook, and it was like a physical book, and he was taking the same government class online, but he had just gotten into a car accident the year prior, and he was like, I have trouble like looking at my online textbook. Can I come and borrow your book? And I was like, okay, like, are you trying to like, I don't know if you're like trying to make up some excuse to come and like see me, because this is kind of weird.
Would be your first meeting.
First meeting
in person.
Literally first meeting in person. I'm like,
Okay.
and I'm such a shy person.
Yeah.
Like growing up, I did not know how to flirt like with guys. I'm just like super awkward. But I was like, okay, cool, yeah, you can come pick this up. And he like comes to my dorm in the lobby, and I hand him the book. And he walks in. I'm like, oh my God, you're so tall. You're so handsome. I didn't say that to him, obviously, but I was like trying to play it cool. Yeah. So,
because you're cool.
thank you. But yeah, after that, we were just friends for a while, and we were just talking like on Snapchat, because that was like the hottest thing back then.
Yeah.
And then one thing after another, we ended up talking like once a week. Once a week became like every day, and after a while, I think it was Valentine's Day of 2015 is when he like officially asked me to be his girlfriend, and like took me to Fogo, which at the time I was like, oh my God, you're in college and you're taking me to Fogo. So yeah, after that it was just like,
Oh,
dating
Fogo de
from.
Chao.
Fogo de Chao.
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
What is
Fogo.
Fogo?
Yeah. Fogo de Chao. Yeah.
Hit me a little late.
You're good. You were out and about today, so.
No, but wow, that's cute.
Yeah.
And then after the first date, were you like, okay, this is it?
Well, we had been talking for like 4 months, like romantically before then. And so he's Pakistani and I'm from Bangladesh. So I was like, I was always had my guard up a little bit because I know my family, like growing up, they wanted me to like marry within the exact culture. And I'm the oldest from my dad's side, so I'm like the oldest cousin, and so,
Ooh, so you broke some.
I broke some boundaries.
barriers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some barriers for sure. So like,
Well, good for you.
should I go into like the kind of the dating, what
Hell
it was
yeah.
like?
Tell
Okay.
me everything.
Yeah.
We got nothing but time.
I got
30
you.
25 minutes.
25 minutes is good. Okay. But yeah, so I started dating him seriously, and I obviously like I felt so guilty keeping this like secret with like from my parents and like my family.
Yeah, it's hard. It must have been so hard too.
It was because he was such a big part of my life, and like we were growing up together, and so
you couldn't share it online either, right?
No.
Because you had all this family.
exactly. I didn't share it online. But the first person I told was my mom, like 4 or 6 months in, because as we were dating, like I kind of knew like you're such a driven person, and I see a lot of myself in you, and we're very similar people in that sense, like driven people. So I was like, this is getting serious. I can see like a future with this person. I need to tell my mom.
How did she take it?
Not well.
Oof.
Not well at all. Because yeah, I obviously told her like, yeah, I met this guy, but he's not Bengali.
Isn't
He's
it crazy
Pakistani.
though, the taboo, like
Yeah, it's like the same
what-
culture, same religion.
we're
Just,
still the same color.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I think it was mainly because my dad is such like a patriotic guy, like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Bangladeshi patriotic guy, and you know he was alive during the war in '71 between Pakistan and
Yeah,
Bangladesh. So you know they in their head had some sort of connotation as to what like the cultural differences are. You know they had a bad taste in their mouth, and that's fine.
That's
like
fine for them, but I feel like they forget that it doesn't apply to the current generation. right?
Exactly.
Or like it's not that whatever happened then is gonna happen. right
Yeah,
now.
and that's what kind of what I was convincing them
Yeah.
towards. I was like, Mom, like he's good because of XYZ reasons. He's like helping me like become a better person, and vice versa. My dad was not happy about it. We already like I wasn't allowed to date growing up, obviously. Like it's
Brown
just
girls,
brown
yeah.
girls, and
I secretly dated
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. They're just little things here
Yeah.
and there, like little flings. But, at this point, I was like, I had to really fight with them and
Yeah.
tell them the reasons why I was being so like hard-headed about this. And it wasn't until my graduation in 2017 at UT is when they finally met. And
We all met at the graduation.
they did. Yeah. So we started dating my sophomore year.
Okay,
and
wait.
then
Sorry. What about his parents?
oh yeah, forgot about that whole one. They were
I was like,
totally
before we get
cool.
into this,
Yeah, they were
of
totally
course,
fine.
guys' parents are
Yeah, they're
usually
like, yeah, do what you want.
super
Yeah,
chill.
she's Muslim. She's Bengali. It's fine. She's brown. She's fine. So yeah, no issues with their family. I love Fahad's family, especially the ones in Austin have truly made Austin home. So yeah, I got along with them just fine. It was just mostly
So that
my
made
side.
that part at least
yeah.
easier.
The thing is, I'm the eldest girl from
Yeah,
that
so there was a lot of
side.
expectations.
Yeah, first girl in the U.S. I don't have a lot of family in the U.S. It's like literally my parents and like I had one other uncle who
Yeah.
moved back to Bangladesh. So I kind of grew up like isolated like that. I didn't have a lot of family or like cousins to talk about this stuff with.
Yeah.
But yeah, they met graduation,
How
and
did that go?
it was actually so great. They met him and immediately like they hit it off. Like every older person loves my husband. He just gets along with like older guys so well. So it was I just knew all I need my parents to do
Was meet
is
him.
just meet him,
Yes.
and they would understand why I'm fighting for this so hard.
So what did if you don't mind me asking and
Yeah.
sharing, what did I got freaking dog hair in my mouth. Sorry.
I thought I should have rolled before because I have my cat's hair all over me too.
I thought it was something serious and there would be dog hair in my mouth. Side note, that is so cute.
The little cowboy hat.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I got it off Amazon. I'm like,
Okay, wait, we need a show. So we both have these little caps
where are they?
on. I'm just looking at that camera.
Okay.
Really like how-
Okay.
But
fair.
she has this cowboy hat.
It's a little, yeah, it's a hat. It's like every
Oh
time I
my-
take it off, it's like, yeehaw.
That's a true Texan. Type
No,
of thing.
truly, I feel like I'm very proud South Asian Texan girly.
I love that. I'm,
Yeah.
I'm still hardcore Cali, but
That's
I
fair.
got a cowboy hat now. So.
Oh, there you go.
Dude.
Huge.
But sorry, going back to what we were talking about. This is what happens with me. I'm just like, I think I have ADD. I go from one conversation to that
Yeah.
conversation so quick.
Yeah, no, you're good. I'm the same way.
But what did that entail, the fighting and with your parents? Like,
Yeah.
did you guys stop talking? Like, what happened in those moments?
Yeah, luckily
And only because I'm only asking because
Yeah.
I know there's young girls or
Mhm.
someone going through this
Yeah.
probably right now and would love to help them
for sure.
whatever way we can.
Yeah, here's what I'll say. So I was blessed with like parents who at least were, you know, somewhat open-minded. Although, you know, this was like a big thing for them.
Yeah.
Because as the oldest girl of, you know, that side of the family, there's a lot of expectations that are put on you. You know, it's like a story that's been told a million times, but
But it's so true.
it is really true. And in this day and age, like there are still, you know, there's different types of brown parents. There's those that are like super open-minded and really modern, and those all the way at the other end of the spectrum that are like really strict. You have to like follow these rules. My parents kind of fall somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, mine are middle and
Yeah.
spectrum right in that middle.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I mean, and you know, with parents in that spectrum, like if you do some convincing, like they love you and they're you know they'll hear you out. But the fighting wasn't so bad to where like we weren't talking or anything. I just, like I said, like I'm really bad at holding in secrets, so. I wanted to keep pursuing Fahad and seeing him, but I also didn't want to like upset my parents. So I just wanted to be like 100% upfront with them. Yeah, it was a difficult, I would say like 8 to 12 months, kind of like, you know, like they're worried I'm in college. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you're so far away. They were just worried for me and worried for my well-being, as any parent is. But you know, as you know, Fahad and I were growing together, continuing our relationship, they, you know, I think they may have seen like a change in me and myself, and you know how him being in my life has made me, you know, to set my mindset as to become a better person.
Yeah.
So the fighting wasn't too bad. It was, I remember like maybe 2 big outbursts. You know, I came home and my dad was kind of lecturing me about, you know, why this isn't good. Like, I don't know what you're doing, like as any parent would. And then the other one was, I think, during the beginning of our relationship, my mom freaked out, like that first conversation, and like a week later told my family, like, hey, call Zarin and like tell her, like give her some advice and stuff.
I hate when they do that.
And I'm like, I had aunts and uncles calling me like, hey, how are you doing in college? Just catching up with you. You're dating this Pakistani guy. I'm like,
Oh my God.
Mom, why'd you tell everyone?
They love to do that because they think like other people will change your mind. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, I understand though where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Like they have known one thing their
Yeah.
entire life, and that's, you know, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, and it makes them uncomfortable to
yeah,
be outside of that.
exactly.
that
Like
thing.
they didn't really have a lot of Pakistani friends, or really they only had like Bangladeshi friends because that's, you know, what they grew up with, what
Yeah.
they knew, and you know that they have their own community. But my mom really was like the driving person that helped my dad to understand.
Oh, that's sweet. It's always
yeah.
the mom though.
Oh, me and
Moms just
I
get it.
love my mom. She's just like
Mom's
my
like,
bestie.
you're in love. All right, let's do this.
Yeah, yeah. But so yeah, the fighting it wasn't like hardcore. It was just like something that wasn't spoken about for too often until it got serious. And I was like, I see myself marrying this person.
How did that impact you and Fahad?
Actually not very much.
That's good.
Not very much. We stayed strong, and you know, his family here, you know, were also very supportive of us. Like we literally hit it off. Like his family here is amazing. They make Austin home. And so there was like no issue there whatsoever.
I love that.
Yeah.
And also that's how you know, like, okay, this is worth it. I'm gonna fight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going.
For sure. And yeah, if like any other girls are in this position, like, and you truly feel like this person is someone you can grow with and become, you know, the best version of yourself with, it's worth the fight. Because now my parents like my husband more than they like me.
Yeah, that's like,
I swear to God, I went home to McAllen a week ago for Eid, and my mom just like laid out this huge buffet of like food every time he comes, like. And when I come by myself without Fahad, it's like, there's food in the fridge. You can just heat it up in the plate. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm your daughter. You should give me this treatment.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
I always fight about that with my parents.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is the point of me coming?
Yeah.
Who's your real blood?
Truly.
I don't get it.
Truly. You know how they are, of course. I don't mind it. It's fine.
No, but I do agree. Like, if anyone's listening and who can relate to this, fight for it. And sometimes they won't support you. Sometimes they won't hear you out. But I promise, I don't know. I just feel like when your parents see you happy, even if it takes years, they just end up coming around.
Of course.
Because they're like, you know what? She's happy. We're getting older.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah.
But then there are some people that are really stubborn, and I feel really bad.
I know. It's tough.
My dad's
tough in
super
that situation.
stubborn.
Really?
Yeah.
Aww.
Like, so my husband and I moved in before marriage.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. It was
okay.
a whole thing. So I, like, secretly moved in with him.
Okay.
He asked me to.
Okay.
I was like, fuck it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Like, I just have this feeling that I'm going to marry
the one.
you. Yeah. And I told my mom a long, long time ago that no matter who I marry, I'm going to move in with them.
Yeah.
Because I want to get to know them.
For sure.
And I know some people have other views on this, but I truly believe I've just seen so many things go wrong in marriages.
Yeah.
Because no one knew each other that well.
For sure.
And when you move in, you find out a lot.
You
You learn how to be a dynamic. Like, it's crazy. And so I didn't tell my dad for like a couple months. And then I was like, Mom, can you tell him? And then my mom broke it to him, and he didn't even talk to me for like 3 months.
Oh, no.
I was like, that's fine. But you know what? He's going to come around. Like, what? This guy's Gujarati. He wanted me to marry a Gujarati guy. Someone in the community.
Yeah.
And I wasn't looking for it.
Yeah. Wait, is your husband Gujarati as well?
Yeah, I wasn't looking for it. It just kind of fell into my lap because I hate to say it, I didn't really care for Gujarati guys. I was like not into it. Yeah. But Shay just was different.
Yeah.
Is different. And so my dad met him at this trip and when we all went to Mexico, and he was like, okay.
You like him?
I like him.
Yeah, that's
so
in a
awkward.
few words.
I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be so weird. And then he found out we're like living together
at the trip.
Yeah, he found out right before. So he had to be okay with it.
Okay.
And then a few weeks later, he came to visit us at our apartment, and I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be so weird.
Was he like super stoic or?
No, he was fine.
Oh, well, look at that.
And then Shay came. No, actually, that happened after. But after that Mexico trip, Shay came to my house because my grandfather was declining. Like, he was about to pass a few weeks there, and I told Shay, like, this is like my best friend in the whole world. Can you come see him?
Yeah.
And he came to the house, and he was in the same room as me because there was no other room in the house. And my dad in the morning came in, and we're just chilling in bed. Nothing inappropriate going on.
Yeah,
we're just laying there, and my dad's just talking to us, and we're both in bed, and I'm like, this is so fucking weird, but I guess if it makes him feel better to be right there, like, to see what the fuck is happening.
That's wild. That's progressive, though. Good on your dad.
Yeah, it took him a while. Like, he literally didn't talk to me, but look at us, married.
Yeah,
6 years
we're happy.
in.
Yeah. So how long have you been with your husband?
6 years.
6 years. Okay, it's gonna be 10 years for
that
me.
Is so crazy. Well,
so weird.
You guys are also college sweethearts.
Yeah, I was 19 when we started dating. I'm 29 now. I just turned 29. So we literally grew up together.
That's crazy.
And went through so much stuff together. Our relationship at first was like, obviously with young people who are young, you have to figure stuff out, your communication styles and all of that.
And at that age, you don't even know.
I don't know. I'm figuring stuff out as I go, and so is he. And luckily for both of us, like we're twin flames. Like everything I wanted, he wanted, and we would do whatever it took to like work towards that goal.
Oh my God, I love
So yeah, here we are. We're great.
I love that. Well, what's like one thing you would so I don't know why, but a lot of married people have been coming on my podcast.
Really?
I didn't even realize that.
Okay.
So you're another married person?
Yeah.
So I asked every single married person, like, what's your one takeaway from marriage that you would give to other people?
Yeah. Kind of going off of that fact, like, you know you have married the right person when both of you encourage each other to be a better version of yourself every single day. With Fahad, like, obviously when we were young, the relationship like had some obviously like small issues. We'd bicker a lot, but every single year both of us wanted to improve and like grow our strength in our relationship. And like, alhamdulillah, every single year has been just better and better, and we're growing together and growing all together. So really just like encouraging your partner to be the best version of themselves, encourage them, you know, maybe to challenge themselves if they're like stuck in a specific like job that they don't like, or, you know, they're lacking motivation, like push each other so that you become like a power couple, truly.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Every person has a different answer, so this is so nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to go back to the episodes, but everyone has a different answer.
That's great.
And
I have
it's
to
so
listen to.
interesting to me because I love hearing everyone's perspective, because mine is like find your communication styles, because each person has different communication.
Yeah.
And you need to learn what
That's
that
also very freaking important. That should be
it's
number
so
one,
hard.
if not two. Yeah.
For me, that's number one. 'Cause it took me, I want to say last year, I think 5 years into it, finally figure out, oh shit, this is how he communicates.
Yeah.
And this is how I communicate. So now we got to figure out how we can both.
Yeah. And that's an ongoing thing too. Like literally same thing. Like I think we're both like very hard-headed and argumentative, but whenever it comes down to like, you know, confronting an issue, I think from where we started to where we are now, the communication has improved like tenfold. And it's such an important thing within a relationship, or else you like, you know, you feel hurt inside, and
you
like
feel,
there's
not
nothing
seen,
exactly. You have so much like built up anger, and that's what causes real big problems. So talk it through. I totally agree with you there.
Yeah, it's so and you know what's crazy? Like, if it makes you feel uncomfortable, not crazy, but if it makes you feel uncomfortable, I think that's what you need to talk about.
Yeah.
And that's like, I truly believe that if you're not uncomfortable once a day, you're not improving.
Yeah.
in your life. So
For sure.
I know that's a little dramatic, but it is true. Like one little uncomfortable thing, like even just going to the gym alone makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Do it. It's gonna make you a better person.
I agree.
I would have a gym reference. Like,
yeah, you work out a lot, girl. Oh my god.
Every day, once a day.
Yeah.
Not too much.
That's good though, like for your own mental health.
Yeah,
like, I'll try to as well, like at least 3 times a week, just like really push myself.
Weren't you going to solid core like 5 times a week?
Yeah.
At one point.
Well, yeah, sometimes I try to do like solid core once a week, berries once a week, and then like walk whenever like I need to lay off.
Berries is a different beast.
Oh my god.
I can't.
Yeah, my friend actually like took me for the first time last year, and it was such a like hardcore workout, but I love it. Like it coming out of a really difficult workout, I feel like I accomplished so much. Yeah, and
I did that.
It's a great feeling. I'm like, the adrenaline is rushing after. It's great.
Yeah, the other day, someone asked me, I think just 2 days ago, they were like, how do you find the motivation to work out? And my answer has changed over the years, but lately, for the past year and a half, it's only been this one, and it's more, I work out for my mental health.
Yeah.
I don't work out. The perks are, yes, I look great.
Yeah.
I feel great, but the biggest thing is for my mental health. If I don't work out, I get depressed.
Yeah, I feel like shit if I don't work out. I feel like I didn't get any like do anything for myself.
Yeah,
that
for
week.
my heart,
Yeah.
like for my mind, and that's the only time that I can connect with myself and my body and my mind.
For
like
sure.
it's just me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
That's it. That 1 hour of the day, and that's why I do it. So if anyone asked me this is my answer.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah.
What about you?
For me, I mean, I be eating. Like, I really do. Like, so much. Like, this is like half of my hobby is to like go out and like try new things. And I have a lot of things that upset my stomach. Like, I just like, I want to have balance in my life.
Yeah.
There was a time where I got really sick in 2020 during COVID. I wasn't working out, I wasn't eating properly, and I had like this serious eye infection.
Ooh.
And it turns out that eye infection was a part of a larger immune problem. So I have something called ankylosing spondylitis, which means my immune system attacks my spine whenever I have like inflammatory foods or if I'm not moving around a lot.
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't sleep from the pain. My back was constantly in pain. Sometimes I would limp. So I went to go see a rheumatologist, run some tests. Turns out, you know, I had this like arthritis, like really specific type of arthritis, like so young.
What's a rheumatologist?
Is for like arthritis or inflammatory diseases, so like Crohn's, arthritis, I can't, like eczema, stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
So I have been taking medication every single month for that.
Have you been much better since that?
So much. And
thank
also
God.
like that really was a turning point for me to start this active life because I don't want to feel sick anymore.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling.
Yeah.
I'm proud
No,
of you.
truly. Thank
but
you.
I'm also
Yeah.
sorry that you had to go through that.
Yeah.
But also it's like kind of a blessing in disguise because it made you healthier and
If
better.
I didn't,
you got to find out what it was.
Exactly. And if I hadn't, like over time, my spine would have fused. So I just constantly, it's part of my life now. I have to stay active.
Yeah.
I still want to eat what I want
Yeah.
and not have my body hate me for that.
Yeah.
So I want to eat what I want, but in order to stay healthy and not have my body hurting, I need to stay
active.
very active. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you work a full-time job. You have social media. You have your hubby. I know the work-life balance is so... And you have a new kitty.
I do, yes.
so cute.
She's an angel. She just
Oh
got
my
spayed on Wednesday.
I saw that in
Poor
her little
girl.
onesie.
She has like a little baby onesie on. It's so cute.
She's as big as like my hand.
She's so tiny.
So tiny.
Yeah, and I think she's almost fully grown. She's like 8 pounds, and it is not growing anymore. She's a tiny little cat. She's a
8
Scottish Strait.
pounds?
Yeah, she's so little. Yeah.
Stop. Oh my god.
She's an
my
angel.
dog would
I love
like
her.
use her as a toy.
Oh my god, she actually loves dogs.
Oh my god.
She really
Okay,
does.
one day they'll meet.
Yeah, one day.
I think Simba would be. I don't know. Goofy's really young, so he'll be
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
Simba would be like, "What?"
Yeah. Have they been around cats before?
No. So this would be the first.
Okay. Okay.
But Simba's really, really friendly.
Okay.
with everything and everyone, and so is Goofy, but Simba's more older and
Yeah.
calmer, so I feel like.
He'll,
But he's also crazy, so I don't know.
well, we'll have to find out one day.
Yeah. So, with all that, how do you find balance? How do you take care of yourself?
Yeah. Balance is probably like balance is the one reason or the main reason how I schedule my life. If I don't have time for things that I want to do during the day, I'm not having a good day.
Yeah.
Like, for example, yesterday I had so many errands to run. I was working. Work was like so tough. And I wanted to go out for a walk and didn't have time to do that. And I didn't cook dinner. And I was just like, I didn't have time to do something for
Was
me.
yesterday just a bad day overall? Because I had this.
It was the
same
rain,
kinda
I swear.
day.
Yeah, it was
I
like
wanted
sucked.
to go pickleball and I didn't go because I was so tired. I just
Yeah.
fell asleep. I was like, "Fuck this."
I know. It was, yeah. But like other days, I just want to make sure I get my shit done that I need to do for work in the
Yeah.
morning, get my errands done so that I have time for myself in the afternoons,
So
whether that
important.
be for my husband or like not for my husband, it's with my husband if we want to watch something or like just unwind. I don't want to have to worry about like the
Anything else,
stressors of
yep.
work or like anything else really to like unwind later that night.
So, what are your top 3 self-care things?
Top 3, definitely working out. Number 1. Top self-care. Right now, it's literally working out for me.
Okay.
It's not a traditional sense of like what self-care is, but trying new foods in restaurants.
That is a form of self-care.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Everything is a form of self-care.
Yeah,
It's just
true.
the way you
You're
see it.
100% right. Yeah. So yeah, trying, getting a new experience out of that. And then, I don't know, 3, you give me this number, I'm put on the spot.
Well, whatever you want. I
Yeah.
just like I like to end it like this.
Yeah.
'Cause people have different forms of self-care. And
Yeah.
I think, like you said, how you said eating, trying new foods. Some people probably like doing that, but they don't realize that's a form of self-care.
Yeah.
Like I love eating alone in my car.
For sure.
It's weird, but it's a form of self-care.
Yeah. Okay, I have one, and
Okay.
it's like a huge one that I should have said first. Cleaning.
Oh.
I like cannot function if my house is not clean. Like I'm like so jittery. And the thing is, I'm not inherently a clean person. Like I'll like throw my clothes like wherever, and then
That's me.
yeah, no, it's bad. But you know, with my cat, she's really like helped me become more responsible and like stay clean. And you know, if I have a nice clean home and like a clean environment, like I feel really good, and it's just like
Your
decluttering.
mind, and when you clean, if your space is clean, your mind is clean.
Exactly.
I truly believe that. I've learned that over the past 6 months.
Yeah.
It wasn't very.
Didn't you post something yesterday, like cleaning your closet or something? Yeah.
I was
Or
like,
you're
oh, this is driving me
unpacking.
crazy. Let me just do it.
I loved it. I love videos like that, like a before and after. Like,
It feels so good.
Yeah, like
And
it's just something.
And when I record it, I'm like, okay, this is gonna force me to do it, so
Yeah.
I'll just do it.
That's a great idea. I should do that.
Yeah, that's why I did it. I was like, okay, this is forcing me because now it's.
I can't just stop halfway. The camera's still rolling.
And they're gonna see. They're gonna see that I didn't do it.
For sure.
But
Oh,
I
God.
just want to say, thank you so much for coming on. Was this your first podcast?
I have been on another one.
Oh,
It was
okay.
one of my friends' mental
I was gonna
health
say you're a
podcast.
natural.
Oh, thank you. I'm just a chatty. I'm inherently introverted, but I can be extroverted and a chatty Cathy when I want to be.
I'm
so.
an ambivert too. So
Yeah,
you're all
ambivert's
good.
the word. That's
Yeah.
right.
People probably think I'm an extrovert because of social media.
Yeah.
But like, I have my time.
Yeah.
Like I need my time to
For
like,
sure.
recharge.
I like being at home,
Yeah.
being alone, but I also love hanging out and doing stuff like this.
Yeah,
so.
well, I just want to say thank you.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it because I know you have a busy schedule, and I'm just really thankful for your time.
Oh, of course. I had a great time.
Thank you so much for listening in, and tune in every Tuesdays for new episodes. I don't know what happened. I just lost my train of thought, but I love you guys so much, and remember, it is not selfish to take care of yourself.